Okay, noswaith dda pawb, a croeso at Noson Gwybodaeth a 6ed Dosbarth. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our sixth form information sharing event here at Ysgol Llanfyllin. My name's Dewi Owen, and it's my pleasure to say that I'm head teacher here at Ysgol Llanfyllin. Now, normally we would be welcoming you into the building to do our open evening, but obviously we can't do that at the minute. So we are doing this live event where you can meet members of the team, members of the sixth form team, and we can give you an introduction to what we do here with the sixth form, and a chance for you later on in the meeting to ask some questions and ask questions of the team and have any queries that you might have regarding our sixth form. So what are we going to be doing this evening? Well, tonight we can have a look at our schedule on the screen there. So you obviously have an introduction from myself at the moment. We're then going to have some inputs from different members of the panel. We'll then move on to questions and comments at the end from yourself, and the meeting should end probably in about half an hour's time. So it's not too long this evening, but there will be a chance for you to ask questions at the end, as I've said. So if I could just introduce the panel to you. So as I said, I'm Dewi Owen, I'm the head teacher here. We've got Mr. Llyr Thomas, who is our deputy head teacher, Dirprwy Bennaeth yr ysgol. Mrs. Kim Evans, who is our sixth form progress manager. We've got Mrs. Beth MacDonald, who is our learning coach for the sixth form. And then most importantly, we have Sean, Joanna, Henry and Annie, who are our senior students, our head boy, head girl and deputy head boy and deputy head girl. And they will be talking to you later on this evening as well. So just before we start, I just wanted to give you an idea of who we are really, and if you're new to the school, if you're joining us from other schools, what the school is about. So the school was formed in September 2020, and it's based on our 5 founding principles. So we are a forward-thinking, innovative centre. We do think about lifelong learning. We're a new school. Okay, September 2020 is when Ysgol Llanfyllin was formed. Obviously, the high school was here previously, and the primary school. We're now one school, and we educate children from the age of 4 all the way up to the age of 18. And we really do look at quality and quality assurance within the school. So obviously, we're a new school with a new curriculum, and we're working towards the new curriculum for Wales, which is being implemented the next 2 or 3 years. And we are very, very, very keen on promoting and developing the Welsh language, both within the school and within the community. But I think most importantly for me as head teacher of the school is that we are a happy school, and we're a happy school with teulu, which is the Welsh word for family, at the absolute heart of everything we do. We are a school, we're a large school, but we are small enough that we know all of our students, and we know their strengths, and we know what they need from us, and we care for them as if we are a family, and that is our real unique selling point for the school, that teulu ethos. And if we go on to the next slide, you can see that hopefully, apart from me, it is a very happy sixth form. That's our prefect group and our senior students there, and that happy school and happy inclusiveness bleeds through into the sixth form. And we have a huge variety of subjects on offer, and we have a really, really good team of dedicated staff who teach those subjects within the school, either face-to-face within the school, or more recently we've been doing a lot of online learning. And we have an e-ysgol project, and also our project with our sister schools in the area, which is the Trisgol project. And we have a very, very good track record of getting students to the university of their choice or into the employment of their choice as well. So that's our sixth form. We're happy. Okay, it's a happy, thriving sixth form. Now, if I could just have 2 more minutes of your time to show you some more developments. One of the things on the next slide that you will see is we are developing a new sixth form centre. Okay, and as you know, the school has joined in with the neighbouring primary school, and we're developing different areas of the building as we go along. So this map that you can see in front of you is actually currently the primary school, but we're going to be changing that old primary school building into our new sixth form centre. And there's plenty of room down there. It's got its own parking, it's secure. We're going to update the classrooms so that we have nice, clean, it's dedicated sixth form teaching areas. And also, as you can see on the map there, e-ysgol rooms, and those are rooms for our e-learning to happen. There's space there for nice outdoor seating areas to happen in the spring and the summertime. We have a common room, a kitchen, the lecture hall, which is currently the main hall for the primary school, but that's going to become a lecture area. We have our reception area and offices, so Mrs. Kim Evans and Mrs. Beth McDonald will be housed down there. And we have our study areas and resource areas as well. So that's a really, really exciting project. And we're aiming for that to be done by September 2021. Then moving further forward into the future, the school is actually part of the Powys modernisation scheme. And we are hoping for a brand new build and a community campus for the whole school, which will be built in the next 5 to 7 years. But obviously, importantly for yourselves, we're investing in the now, and this will be our new sixth form centre starting in September. Moving on to the next slide, next piece of information for you. As a Powys sixth former, Powys has made a commitment that they want all the pupils in the sixth form to have decent technology. So if you attend Ysgol Llanfyllin or any other Powys sixth form, each student will receive a laptop, and last year's year 12s were the first to have that. And it's a brilliant scheme, and it means that everybody has the right equipment within the wireless environment here, and learning can take place in school, at home, in study areas, and you've got that portable equipment with you. So that's something for you to think about as well when you're thinking about which sixth form to choose. So many thanks for listening to myself. There is lots and lots of information for you on our information video, which some of you may have seen, but also there'll be a link to that at the end. So please, 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 I'd urge you to watch that video along with the information you're getting tonight. But I'll be available at the end for questions and any comments that you've got. But what I'd like to do now is hand over to Mr. Llyr Thomas, our Deputy Head and the person who is in charge of curriculum and options, to talk to you about the next stages of your application. So diolch yn fawr iawn. Over to you, Llyr.
Diolch yn fawr, Mr Owen. Noswaith da I chi gyd. Llyr Thomas ydw I, fi'r dirprwy. I am Llyr Thomas. I am the Deputy Head of Ysgol Llanfyllin, and I'm in charge of the curriculum and timetabling. Okay, so I'm going to just take you through what's been happening so far, where we're currently at with it, and what the next steps are for us as a school and for you then as hopefully prospective sixth formers of our school. So far we've had the first indication, so our first straw poll into what subjects you would like to do. If you're joining us tonight from outside of Ysgol Llanfyllin, it is not too late. Okay, please get in touch with us in the school if you're interested after this evening in any of our subjects, and we can talk you through then the process. So we've had options assemblies which started with us very recently, and they will be ongoing, just to explain to you what to expect in some of our subjects in the sixth form. Again, if you're outside of Ysgol Llanfyllin, you'd like to join us for those, if you send us your email addresses, we can welcome you in with pleasure. Okay, now as the weeks continue, I would strongly recommend that you have conversations with your subject teachers to see whether their option might be suitable for you in the sixth form. Okay, and those conversations are important so you can find out more information about what to expect. What we're going to do very soon, okay, and at the nesa, and in the next few days hopefully, will be the second straw poll, because you might have changed your mind since the first one. Okay, and especially after the information that you're gaining this evening. So we'll do a second straw poll to see roughly where we're at and what subjects we would like to do. And from there, we will look at our final option choices. We've got a lot of work to do within the school first to ensure that we meet your needs, but also we work very, very closely with other schools in Powys, and they're doing the same work in the background as well to see what options that they're going to be offering. The final thing on this slide is to do with your final decision. I'm a hwn yn bwysig, and this is an important one because your final decision hasn't got to be made until right at the end when we start in September. So if you change your mind in the meantime, okay, or if you change your mind when you get your grades in the summer, we will be able to support you and have those conversations to see, are you doing the right subjects? And if we need to, we can change them. Okay, I'm going to show you now on the next slide what the option blocks might look like. Beth efalle ma'n mynd I fod yn edrych fel. Okay, so these aren't the final ones at the moment, but these are what they might be and what we might be offering from Ysgol Llanfyllin. Okay, and that last part from Ysgol Llangollen is important because we do work very, very closely with Welshpool High School and Corinion High School as part of Trysgol. Okay, so if the subject that you would like to study isn't on that screen at the moment, don't panic. Okay, we can look into opportunities to be able to study it either via Trysgol or via the Ysgol project. What I've got written down here on the bottom is what we normally would say is our entry requirement for our sixth form. And I'm saying normally because this hasn't been a normal year. Okay, we all know it's been very, very different this year. And if you don't quite meet that criteria, okay, we would like you to still get in touch so we can have those conversations. And if there is something we can do for you in Ysgol Llangollen next year, we will do everything we can to see if we can do that. Okay, because the normal requirement would be for you to do 4 options from the columns that you're seeing and then study the Welsh back. Okay, but because it's not been a normal year, we would like to have those conversations to see if we can change things to suit your needs. Okay, I think that's important. Now, if you're looking at that or those columns and you're seeing maybe subjects that clash, for instance, if we move on to the next slide, last year's option columns for the whole of North Powys. All right, and I'm not expecting you to be able to go in and have a real close look at what is there. But last year, for example, for Ysgol Llangollen, if you wanted to choose art and history in column A, it clashed. You couldn't do it. Okay, so what we had were individuals choosing to do art from Ysgol Llangollen, but then they chose history from Welshpool in column E. So there's lots of opportunities if your subjects clash that you might be able to use Byw Llangollen as the home school, but also then study subjects in other schools. Okay, so if you see clashes on ours at the moment, again, don't panic. Now that is last year's. As I said earlier, that is currently being updated by all the schools in Powys. And once it's finalised, hopefully, just ar ôl hanner tymor, so just after half term, the most up-to-date information will come out to you all. Okay. Now, if you haven't managed to see the subject that you would like to study yet so far on these screens, there are a few on the next slide now, which can also be studied from Ysgol Llangollen as part of either the Trysgol project that we work with Welshpool or Corinion, or as part of e-Ysgol, which is our online learning. Okay, Llangollen High School are in charge of online learning at the moment currently for further maths, where we have got pupils from schools across Powys who online will come into our lessons in Llangollen. We've then got pupils who will study online going out to the other schools, and that project has worked very, very successfully with us in Llangollen, and that's something that we're hoping to develop in the future. Okay. If we just move on to the last slide, I just want to show you what the Llwybrau Dysgu Powys, the Powys Learning Pathways website looks like. And we've got the address there on the bottom for you to see. Because once we've decided on all these final option columns, so Ysgol Llangollen and the other schools that we work with in Powys, this is the website that we will ask you to go and apply onto. Okay, so we would like you then to log on to this website, apply on here, and then we will be able to go in and have a look at what everybody's chosen and then upload it onto our school system. Now this will be ready to go after half term, and again we will be coming out to you with that information when that's ready to go live. But there's a lot of work going on in the background at the moment. Now, as Dewi said earlier, if there's any questions, please put them in the chat at the end and we will try to answer them. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Dwi'n mynd I hand o draw now. I'm going to hand over now to Kim Evans, who is our sixth form progress manager. So, diolch yn fawr iawn I chi, a draw I ti, Miss Evans.
Diolch yn fawr iawn, Mr Thomas. Noswaith I chi gyd, fy enw I di Kim Evans a fi yw arweinydd cynnydd y Chweched Dosbarth yma yn Ysgol Llangollen. I'm Kim Evans, sixth form progress manager here at Ysgol Llangollen. So it's my role to help, guide, advise and support you throughout your time in the sixth form, both academically and at a pastoral level. We pride ourselves here on a friendly, inclusive, supportive sixth form environment that enables the students to thrive, reflecting the school's ethos of teulu. Dyma rai ffyrdd y gallaf eich cefnogi chi yn y Chweched Dosbarth. These are some of the ways that I will support you in sixth form. First of all, by helping you to make the right subject choices in Year 12. After you get your GCSE results, you may have changed your mind, and therefore it's important that we have conversations about your subject choice at the start of Year 12. It's my job to make sure you feel settled and happy. Once you start sixth form, it can be quite overwhelming when you start a new chapter in your life, and I will be there right from the start, helping you and guiding you from day one. Monitoring your progress to ensure you're on track academically, holding regular catch-up sessions with you to make sure you're happy and you're settled in sixth form, supporting you after your AS results and advising you on your A2 subjects if needed, providing lots of support and advice on universities, apprenticeships and careers, and that will happen throughout Years 12 and Year 13. By giving you enriching opportunities to help you develop into well-rounded individuals, and lastly, by guiding you after your A-level results, guiding you and advising you if needed. Felly, dyna rhai o'r ffyrdd y byddaf yn gweithio gyda chi dros y 2 flynedd nesaf. Those are just some of the ways I'll be working with you over the next 2 years. But I want to leave with you the most important aspect of my role, and that is the fact that my door will always be open for a chat or to support you in any way you need over those the next highly rewarding and exciting 2 years of your life. I very much look forward to sharing that journey with you. And now I'm going to introduce you to Mrs. Beth MacDonald, our new learning coach, who will talk you through her role in the sixth form. Diolch, Beth.
Diolch, Miss Evans. Helo, enw I yw Bethan MacDonald, a fi yw'r mentor dysgu i'r Chweched Dosbarth. My role here is as learning coach for sixth form students. The main aim of my role is to coordinate, assist and support with the various aspects of studying at this next level. Yn ystod yr amser yma, byddaf yn helpu chi gyda'r ffontio i'r Chweched Dosbarth trwy gynnig cymorth i chi gyda unrhyw heriau unigol o fewn neu du allan i'r dosbarth. I will support you during the transition from Year 11 into sixth form. I will guide you, support any individual needs, be it academic or pastoral, through planning your learning journey. Trwy weithio gyda'n gilydd, byddwn yn codi eich cyflawniadau trwy hyfforddi a mentora, yn datblygu patrymau o weithio ac ymddygiadau da i gyflawni eich potential. By working together, we'll raise your achievements, establishing good working patterns and behaviours, allowing you to achieve your full potential. Edrychaf ymlaen at gwrdd â chi gyd cyn hir. I look forward to meeting you all soon. And now for a video from our senior students. Diolch.
Hi, I'm Joanna Savage, head girl at Ysgol Llanfyllin. I worked this year with Sean, Annie, Henry and Miss Evans. Our roles were a bit different, however we still had the responsibility of putting together a prefect team. We put together 4 sections, including health and wellbeing, charity, advertising and community. We have been able to do a few charity events so far and hope to do more before we finish our time at Ysgol Llanfyllin. The sixth form is a great place to come. You're able to access subjects you haven't yet been able to, including psychology and politics, which are both very popular. One of the main benefits that I found from staying at Ysgol Llanfyllin sixth form was that I already knew all the teachers and know that they are very approachable and will help me with any concerns that I have. Sixth form is a great step before university, if that is your choice. Mrs. Evans and your form tutors in Year 13 are very helpful with your application process. A lot do choose to go on to university. They also give information on apprenticeships, and if you want to have career talks, they can organise this with you. I've enjoyed my time at Ysgol Llanfyllin sixth form, even though it has been a bit different, and I hope if you stay here too, you'll enjoy your time with a bit more normality. Thank you.
I am Sean Lewis and I am head boy of Ysgol Llanfyllin. Sixth form is a very important part of your educational life. It is often referred to as an essential stepping stone to a wide range of careers and opportunities, including university, apprenticeships and even a full-time job. This is all true, however I take issue with the word stepping stone. This is because the sixth form in Llanfyllin is a lot more than that. Llanfyllin sixth form is where you find what you're passionate about, and in most cases, what you want to do as a career. From speakers who come in to give live talks to just everyday lessons with teachers, you're surrounded by people who will inspire you and help you find what you want to do. Most students in my year came up to sixth form with no clue what they wanted to do once they left. And now 2 years on, they're planning on pursuing exciting careers as photographers, politicians, doctors, architects, vets, special effects makeup artists, zoologists, biologists, and even an archaeologist. The list goes on. And thanks to Llanfyllin sixth form, every one of them will leave with the skills and qualifications they require to pursue their dream. Coming to Llanfyllin sixth form is an amazing opportunity, one that I'm certainly glad that I've taken, and one that I hope you take too. Diolch am gwrando, thank you for listening.
Helo, fy enw i ydy Henry Evans, ac rydw i'n diprwyd pryd fachgen yma yn Ysgol Llanfyllin. Rydw i wedi bod yn mor anhyrdedd i astudio yma yn Ysgol Llanfyllin. Mewn 3 gair, mae Ysgol Llanfyllin yn cyfeillgar, brwyddordig a cyfynol. Mae yna llawer o cyfenod gallwch chi profiadu yn y Chweched Dosbarth, fel creu ffrindiau newydd trwy i ysgol a trysgol, ac mynd ar teithiau fel y Taith America a Dig Edinburgh. Mae pob disgybl yn gwerthfawrogi yn y Chweched Dosbarth. Gallwch chi mynd i cael cyfleoedd uchel a dwfn, ond gyda'r help gyda athrawon, fydd pawb yn gallu cyrraedd noddau unigol. Yn Ysgol Llanfyllin, mae yna llawer o bwnc i chi dewis, ond os dwi ti ddim yn gallu dewis, mae'r SLT yn gallu helpu ti drwy'r broses. Yn gwahanol i ysgol uwchradd, mae Chweched Dosbarth yn ceisio amrywiaeth o brenhiniau fel gwyllgo dillaeth eich hun a cael ystafell gryfendyn lle gallu ti gwneud astudio ychwanegol ac ymlacio gyda dy ffrindiau. Mae yna llawer o nodau gallu ti cyrraedd yn y Chweched Dosbarth sydd mynd i helpu chi yn y dyfodol gyda eich prifysgol neu swydd. Mae Ysgol Llanfyllin ydy lle perffaith i pawb, ac does dim lle gwell i dysgu ar ffynnin. Diolch.
My name is Annie Brown and I'm Deputy Head Girl at Ysgol Llanfyllin. I've had the privilege of studying our sixth form for the last 2 years. If I was to describe to you my time spent at Ysgol Llanfyllin sixth form in a sentence, it would be that I've been part of a family entirely that strives to encourage every pupil to become the best individual they can. There are many opportunities that you will experience as a sixth form student, from making new friendships through Triskel and Ysgol partnerships, and experiences such as Duke of Edinburgh, USA trip and sporting activities. Every student is valued within our sixth form, and their opinions and views are important. Students will have a personal experience with many highs and lows, but with the help of teachers and peers, they will be able to overcome any worries and reach their individual goals. There is a wide range of subjects available to study in our sixth form, with the option to suit everyone. With our SLT there to support you throughout the process of picking your options and starting your sixth form journey. Unlike high school, you have the privilege of having your own personal area where you have the opportunity to do extra studying or chilling with friends in this common room. There are so many new goals and targets that you can reach within sixth form that will help provide a good foundation in the future when going to university or getting a job. Ysgol Llanfyllin sixth form is a perfect place for all students, and from my personal experience, there is no better place to learn and thrive.
Diolch o galon i'r myfyrwyr nawr. Thank you ever so much to those students for that fantastic message there. What we have on screen, we have our contact details. So if anything tonight has interested you, you can contact us directly. So you can get in touch with Mr. Clear Thomas on that email address. Obviously, Mrs. Kim Evans and Mrs. Beth McDonald there as well. So I can leave that screen up there for you for a second. What we're going to do next is move on into the question section and question answer section of the evening. Before we do that, it's just to urge you that if you've enjoyed this evening, please have a look at the information video. There's lots and lots of information on there for you, and also near that on our website is the options booklet, so you can get in there and have a look at what all the different subjects have on offer. But nothing really beats phoning us up, have a chat, book a Teams meeting with us, and hopefully in the future come and have a walk around the building with us. But it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you this evening. So we're now going to move on into the question and answer section, and what we would like you to do is to type your questions into the chat section on Teams, and then one of the team will answer those questions for us. So diolch yn fawr am gwrando, thank you for listening, and we're now happy to take your questions. Diolch pawb.
Okay, so hopefully the question section is now open, and hopefully my colleague Mr. Theo Thomas is in charge of that section, and we should be able to see some of your questions there. There's always an awful lot of information coming at you this evening, but I believe we've had some questions which were sent in to us already. I can't actually see any questions on my screen at the moment, but I have got some on paper in front of me, which I know some of you are already sent in. I'll just give it a couple of seconds to see if those questions pop up for us on the question and answer section there. Whilst I'm waiting for that, as I said, oh, there we are. Hayley has sent us a question there. Yeah, there's a few questions going in now. That's fantastic. Okay, I will start actually with some of the questions which we received earlier on from some of you, and we will come back to some of the questions that you're posting on there in a second. So the first question that we had, which came in when people were registering for the event, and thank you ever so much for registering, is a question which was, when will we know what the final option columns will be? So can I ask Mr. Theo Thomas, could you answer that question? So it's, when will we know what the final option columns will be, Theo?
Not a problem, Dewi. In the video, I mentioned that there's a lot of work going on at the moment between us and the other power schools. So we are hoping very, very quickly after half term to be able to come out with all those option columns. We've got a deadline as deputies in Powys to upload all our offer by next Friday. So by the time we're back after half term, we will be able to see across Powys what the offer is, and we'll be able to go out with our options columns that'll include then what other offers are out there from the Powys schools. Okay, can I answer the other question as well, Mr. Owen? Is that okay?
Yeah, but you carry on. I'm not sure whether you can actually hear my voice now, but you carry on, Mr. Thomas.
Yeah, there's a question in there about philosophy. What I might do, I might publish in the chat the actual page for the courses which are being offered at the moment in Powys. I know there's a lot of work going on with the other schools and what exactly they're going to be offering. There isn't information on there about philosophy yet. Okay, but that'll be one of the subjects I will bring up in the meeting next week, and ask the school who is offering philosophy to send the information through so we can get out to everybody. Diolch, Mr. Owen.
Thank you there. That's great. So there are some other questions in there. What is the criteria for students to enter the sixth form, and what support reassurance would their parents get in order to make those goals realistic? So the entry criteria, it's a difficult one this year. Obviously, we haven't had an ordinary year at all. We've had a very, very difficult year. And basically, we want to talk to anybody that's interested in going to Ysgol Llanfyllin sixth form, okay? Because nobody's going to be sitting exams. Everything is going to be sent to designated grades. So if you're interested in going to our sixth form, talk to us, okay? And normally, we would ask for 5 A-star to C, GCSE or equivalent grades to come back to our sixth form. But we will talk to everybody this year because we understand what a difficult year it has been for everybody. And normally we'd be having an open evening and we wouldn't be doing it like this. So talk to us, okay, and ask us the question, and we will see what we can do there. And in terms of support and reassurance, again, talk to us. And Kim has talked to you early on about the support she can give, and Bethan has talked about the support that she can give there. Our motto is Taylor, and we are a very, very open school, and Taylor, of course, is Welsh for family, and we do like to feel as if we treat people like their family, and we will keep the channels open for you, and we want to talk to you. Okay, we're very, very approachable in that sense, really. The question there also about extracurricular activities outside of lessons. Mrs. Evans, Kim, can I ask you to answer that question, which is about the extracurricular opportunities? Is that okay?
Yeah, of course, Mr. Owen, that's fine. So na sawl cyfle I chi wneud pethau tu allan i'ch gwersi. There's lots of opportunities to do extracurricular activities in our school. Obviously not at the moment, as you understand, but normally students take part in many sporting activities. They represent the school in lots of different sports. The Gold Duke of Edinburgh Award is a very popular activity that people take part in. It's very popular, and also you develop lots of important skills as well, which looks good in your personal statement. So the Gold Duke of Edinburgh Award is very, very popular. Students also help out in lessons. Throughout the past few years, students have helped out in lessons, helping out pupils in years 7 to 11, supporting and guiding them in lessons. With the Welsh Baccalaureate Community Project, students have worked in various primary schools, painting and decorating and doing various sorts in primary schools. Mae yna cyfle i chi hefyd I helpu allan gyda'r Eisteddfod yn yr ysgol, lots of opportunities for you to take part in school Eisteddfod to help groups with dance routines and so forth, help them with practicing and making their performance better for the Eisteddfod itself. We also visit various universities on open days. In the past we've gone to Aberystwyth and we've gone to Birmingham University to show students around the universities there and to give them a taste of what university life is like. And yeah, that's it. There's lots and lots of opportunities. Sawl cyfle I chi wneud pethau tu allan eich gwersi. Lots of opportunities for you to do stuff outside of your lessons. Diolch yn fawr.
Diolch, Mrs Evans. And also remember, one of the things that we really do encourage is international travel, and we do when we get back to normal, there is the biannual trip to California, which is an absolutely amazing trip. It's really unfortunate I haven't been able to do that recently, but that's understandable. Okay, so we're getting lots of questions coming in. Miss McDonald, Bethan, did you want to say anything about sort of reassuring parents and pupils about keeping goals realistic? Because I saw that was a question up there, and support for people.
Okay, diolch. Thank you. Diolch yn fawr. Yes, just to reiterate what I said earlier on, support is continually in place. I have an open door policy. Currently, it's an open online or email policy. So please do get in touch. Any current year 11 students as well, or parents who have any questions over the next few weeks, months, preparing for this next part of your academic journey. Anything that you would like to ask, please do contact us. I work with students, teachers and parents to ensure really that the goals and outcomes that you set are achieved to the best of your ability. We want it to be a really enjoyable time. I mean, of course, it's a step away from school and into post-16 education. It's the next part of your academic journey, and we are here to support you at all times, and that's really important. So thank you. Diolch yn fawr.
Diolch, Beth. Diolch am hynny. Thank you for answering that question. I'm just going to go through some of the questions which I've got on the side there. Haley is asking what is the next step. Hopefully, Llyr has answered that question for you. If he hasn't and you want to email in, please do so, and we will go through that one as well. Naomi is asking, are you able to do Duke of Edinburgh? Yes. Okay, there is a very strong tradition of doing Duke of Edinburgh within the school and doing that up to gold level. Okay, so yes is the answer there. We have a new team of staff who are running the Duke of Edinburgh now, and some of them are receiving new training. But yeah, we really want people to do Duke of Edinburgh. It's a huge part of school life within the sixth form. Somebody else is asking, is there a possibility to study textiles and history as they're both in option 4? What Llyr was saying earlier on is that those are the columns that we've got at the moment, and the straw poll part of it, your opinions really help us to shape what are in different columns. So if those are really strong wishes that you've got, send them in to us and we can have a look at those. And it might be that if they stay in the same column, that we can talk to the Triskel partners, Welshpool or Coranian, about that. And just a little bit of a word about Triskel. What we're hoping to do is reduce the amount of travel which goes on at the minute. Currently, students travel twice a week. So they travel for a big 3 or 4 lesson block in the morning, and then later on in the week they would travel for a double lesson in the afternoon. We are probably going to replace that double lesson in the afternoon with online learning, with some of the support we can offer like this, because there's some of the students who did that felt that session was very short for a taxi ride backwards and forwards around the county, and obviously we're trying to be as environmentally friendly as we can be. and use some of this new technology which we've got with your laptops, the equipment we've got to be able to teach like this now. So that's how we would look at that. So hopefully, Mr. or Mrs. or Miss Anonymous, that answers your question there about things being in the same option column. Does e-learning have better or worse outcomes? It's very, very early days with that one at the moment. We're delivering, obviously all our lessons are online at the moment, but we've been delivering further maths through the eSchool scheme now for 12 months. Okay, Kirsty Williams, the Education Minister, came to the school and launched the eSchool programme nationally from our school because she felt our school was doing it exceptionally. And we've been teaching further maths like that now for 12 months. We have no outcomes from that course as yet, but the members of staff who are delivering that course are outstanding, and the pupils are making cracking progress on that one there. So we will keep updating on that one. Mr. Thomas, did you want to say something?
Oh, that's perfect, Simon, Mr. Owen. Yes, just on that one, it's a brilliant question, because you can be concerned when you think about, are you going to be actually in the same room as a member of staff, and are the outcomes going to be the same? So what we've been doing from the start is monitoring the pupils very, very carefully. So every pupil who starts off with us in the sixth form will have a minimum expected grade. That grade then will continually be checked. We will be checking the progress of the pupils. If things begin to dip under that minimum expected grade, we then have conversations with the pupils to see what we can do differently. A few of the things that we changed with the online learning with eSchool was that the pupils would travel, when we were able to the home school that was delivering that course. So they got to meet the members of staff face to face. They got to meet every other pupil in that class as well together. So when they were then learning online, they knew the member of staff well, they knew the other pupils well. And that was something that was built in to make sure that there wasn't a dip at all in it. Okay, so although we haven't actually had the final year's outcomes, the progress of the pupils has been excellent as the year's gone on, and we haven't got any concern that there's going to be any difference between those subjects and the subjects that have been taught in-house. Dewch, Mr. Owen.
Dewch, Mr. Thomas. Sorry, using first names tonight, I keep forgetting. Dewch, Mr. Thomas. There you go. So, a couple more questions just down here. Let me see if we can have a look. So, silly question. It's not a silly question. Do we get to keep the laptops? Well, you certainly get to keep them for 2 years. Then when you leave year 13, what we are hoping to happen is that those laptops will then be recycled and come back to people joining the sixth form in year 12. So they're certainly yours for 2 years. And they're nice laptops, they're good. So all of our year 12s have got them at the moment. They're cracking. And they certainly help them. So it's not a silly question, and hopefully that explains that one. Will there be special classrooms for science, art, DT, etc. in the sixth form centre? Right, on this one, I need your ideas. Okay, we really need your ideas of what you might want included down there. And we certainly haven't got endless amounts of money, and we're doing this independently of Paris at the moment, and the centre is actually starting to be painted this week. So if you're walking past the primary area, you'll see what was the old school hall now becoming the lecture hall. Okay, and it's got the little servery hatch in the middle, which is where the primary pupils have their dinner. That's going to become our little cafe, we think, and serving bacon butties or vegan alternatives, etc. at break time. So we need your ideas about what you might want down there. We've got excellent science facilities on the secondary site up in the high school. We haven't got the money to build brand new science departments down there, so science probably won't happen. Art, there are areas down there, I've spoken to the art department about this, there'll be quiet areas down there, there's areas with sinks, etc., where you can do artwork, and it's a lovely big area, lovely big window, so that will be there for you. DT, you're only a 30-second walk away from the DT department, so you can walk backwards and forwards to there, so there probably wouldn't be any specialist DT in there. It's going to be a nice area, nice and bright area. You'll all have your laptops. It's all fully Wi-Fi'd out. We've just put new Wi-Fi points down in there now, so the Wi-Fi is really strong in there. There'll be nice areas for you to work independently down there, and there'll be eSchool rooms, ordinary classrooms. Beth and Kim will both have offices down there. I'll have an office down there as well, where we can go backwards and forwards. Nice big car park. Yes, of course, you'll be able to drive there. You're adults, and you have your own car park down there. So yeah, all of that sort of stuff, really. But I want your ideas about that sixth form centre, because as I said earlier on in the evening, what we're hoping for is then a brand new build, which you people won't see, but the future of Llanfachlin will see, sort of in the next 5 years, there'll be a new school building, community campus here in Llanfyllin, and we need your ideas on that one as well. So hopefully, anonymous person, that has answered your question. Now, I can't see any other questions. Hang on, yes I can if I scroll down. Ooh, okay. I will keep going. How many options do we need to choose? Normally we ask for 4 AS levels. Lots of people drop to 3 in year 13, and everybody studies the Welsh back. The Welsh back is brilliant. Okay, it's an excellent course. This year is unusual. Okay, this year is very unusual. My daughter's starting, she's leaving year 11. She wants to go to sixth form. One of the things she would be worried about is, I've got to do 4. Okay, no, you don't have to do 4. We can talk to you about that. But if you're a more able and talented student who has got the ability to do that, then we will be urging you to do that. Okay, and the majority of our pupils have done 4. Some have done 3, some have done 2. Okay, so but we will talk to you as individuals because you're young adults, and we will try and direct you in the right way. And Kim is outstanding at getting people into the universities of their choice. So she'll work with you and say, well, look, where do you want to go at the end of this journey? Let's see what we need to do with your UCAS points and your A levels to get you there. Okay, so again, talk to us about that. Mr. Thomas has answered the question about the health and social teachers. So that's Mrs. Graham and Mrs. Hart share that one. Have a look at the next one there. Have we got any indication of when children might return to school? Okay, and Boris Johnson is obviously saying 8th of March. Well, within Wales, obviously, we've got our own devolved government. There is I've been called to a meeting tomorrow morning with Kirsty Williams and all the head teachers. I would imagine what she is going to say is that we will be welcoming back our youngest pupils first. And when I say youngest, the ones up to the age of 7. So probably reception classes in first. And I'm expected that she will say that after the half-term break, that we'll start with the youngest pupils. So Jude, I'm not sure about the older pupils yet. It might be that we're continuing with the online learning for a little bit of time yet, because we've got to make sure it is safe for everybody to return and to do that. Jude, I hope that's answered your question. If you give me a little thumbs up, I know that that's okay. Will there be scheduled parents' evenings still for sixth form? Yes, there will. And again, we've been doing those online recently. So year 12 and year 13 parents' evening have happened. They've been online events because we haven't been able to do that, but they have been face-to-face virtually like this, where we can talk to you and your parents or whoever looks after you at home directly. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question there, Hayley. Okay, so Judy's hopefully saying that I've answered that question. Hayley, I think, is saying that I've answered that question. That's good. This communication's good. Is there any more questions, Mr. Theo Thomas, that you can see behind the scenes?
No, Mr. Owen, there's a comment that's been put in there that I've just published now, which I think is quite a nice comment. I'm not sure if it's come up on your screen, but that's it then. The questions have just come to an end.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that lovely? I'm going to read that one out. So not a question, but as a proud governor and unashamedly biased ex-pupil, great presentation by our brilliant staff. Yes, great school to come to. It is ace. It is ace. It's wonderful. Okay, and we as a team love working here. Okay, and fingers crossed, I think we know our pupils love coming to the school as well. It is an ace school. It's wonderful. And Taylor, as I said, is our motto, and we really do try and stand by that as much as we can. Doesn't mean we're soft. Okay, we will make tough decisions for you, and we will encourage you along the way, as people do in every family. Okay, but diolch, Emma, thank you for that. And I think with that, we will probably finish the evening. So diolch yn galon dod a gwrando. Thank you ever so much for coming and listening to us. I hope we haven't bored you too much. I hope you can see what a wonderful place it is. It is wonderful. Any other questions that you've got, please email them into us, give us a ring, and we can have those individual interviews, as it were, and chats with you. Please watch the video. Okay, click the video, watch that. It's good, and it will give you much more of a view of the school, and send those ideas into the Sixth Form Centre. So diolch o galon bawb. Diolch o galon i'r gweddill o'r team. Thank you very much to the rest of the team, and we will leave it there. Diolch.